Welcome back at 7:14 on the dot. It's Aphasia Awareness Month. Aphasia impacts over a million or millions of people across the United States. However, many people have never heard of this or have but don't really know what aphasia is. Clinical speech therapist with LCMC Health, Maggie Homer, joins us this morning. Maggie, good morning. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning.
First and foremost, what is aphasia?
So aphasia is a loss of language. Essentially, it's when you have trouble expressing yourself and understanding others after a brain event.
And so this is not the same as having a speech issue or memory issue that might be associated with Alzheimer's or dementia. This is most directly linked to stroke or brain or head injury.
Yes, it's linked to specific areas of your brain that have been disrupted by some sort of brain injury.
So if a loved one or someone you're encountering constantly has aphasia, what is something that you might see in them? What are some of the behaviors you might notice?
So we all experience word finding difficulties, but this is on another level. So they're not able to clearly express their needs or what they want. Maybe they're having long pauses in between. They're not understanding you. A lot of times this is one of the first signs of a stroke as well. So I would definitely call 911 if you notice a change in their expression.
And suddenly, I would imagine that's
Yes.
something that you should get medical help and medical attention for immediately. You were also telling me there are very specific tests to identify aphasia and then very specific treatments to help people once they are diagnosed with it.
That's right. So your speech therapist will do diagnostics to help see what are the areas that you're struggling with the most if you have aphasia, and then target those areas. But primary number one is making sure that you're comfortable expressing yourself and that your loved ones can understand you and you can understand them.
And you said it's also key for people who are suffering from aphasia, people who are the loved ones of those with aphasia, all to have patience with each other. This is not, and again, this is in adults. It's not something you're seeing in children. So it's adults who've been able to communicate their whole lives and all of a sudden
Yes,
they can't.
it's primarily in adults. Honestly, if a child has a brain injury, they can have aphasia as well. But yes, it is very frustrating. That's one of the primary symptoms, honestly. You think about when you get in a misunderstanding with somebody who can express themselves clearly, it's frustrating. Well, imagine if you can't really get the words out, or you're saying things and you think the person understands you, but they don't, and vice versa.
And you said they could be repeating one word over and over again and thinking they're saying a whole sentence and not saying anything at all.
Exactly.
That's very frustrating.
Extremely frustrating. So your speech therapist and your medical team will probably just encourage you to keep on trying and give you strategies. Sometimes that includes a communication board, a whiteboard. It's a very creative process trying to help people express themselves.
And you said you also wanted to let people know this is a really important resource. There are support groups out there.
Yes, and we're having one starting this July, the second Thursday of the month.
And so would that be meetings, or how would that work?
Yeah,
exactly?
they're going to be meetings with other people with aphasia, and we're going to have people come and talk to the group about living with aphasia. So it'll be great.
If people want to find out more information about aphasia, symptoms, signs, treatments, and most importantly that support group, where can they go for information?
Well, for the support group, you can go to Touro.com/aphasia support, and then the National Aphasia Association has great resources, and so does ASHA.org, which is the American Speech and Hearing Association.
Well, Maggie, we appreciate your time this morning.
Well,
thank you so much for
letting me
explaining that and clarifying, because like I said, I'm sure lots of people have heard the word aphasia before, don't really know what it is, or some people never have heard that before.
It's
so
a complicated diagnosis.
Absolutely. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.